Here we go. One step at a time, don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend, I got more than on the mind. Sunshine in my brain, making everyone complain. Radio in the heart, don't be being so strange. Think I'm losing it, baby, where have you been? Everybody says that you're
Hello everybody and welcome back. It is April 20th, 2017. Now, I'm very excited to introduce to everybody a new coin that I discovered a couple weeks ago that I've been kind of looking at and studying for just a little bit of time here now, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing, and it may be promising into the future, but I really do want everyone's input about this coin. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe you haven't, but I'm very curious as to know what you think. So in the comment section below, I would really appreciate you guys to talk about this and discuss this coin, whether it's good to take or whether it's not so good to take, but we'll leave that up to you after you see which coin it is. Now, before we get there, I want to go over a couple of comments here, and we got one from Ratish Katia. I hope I'm saying that right there. He said, "Love your videos, Aaron. So informative and educational. If you're taking requests for technical analysis, could I please ask you to do ARC? Thanks." Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you're getting a good education here and that you find the videos informative. Now, regarding ARC, I did look at the chart and I started to look at it as far as doing some technical analysis on it, and I really didn't see anything that I liked. So there are better coins out there at the current moment. It is priced a little high right now on ARC in comparison to some coins that I can be doing for everybody. So I'm going to have to pass on ARC. It is blown by its horizontal lines. I just don't like the look of it. So for right now, we'll have to put it aside and maybe look into it later when it gives us some more data so we can do some technical analysis on it, okay? All I saw, what I will say, is I saw a little triangular pattern there that it's making. So it could go to the upside there, but really nowhere to gauge as far as how high. So like I said, I'm going to kind of pass on it for now, but that's the information I can give you for now, okay? Now, Trey Johnson commented, "You nailed it once again, bro. Bitcoin is taking off, but I'm not sure if I should buy some now or wait for a potential drop and buy at its new support trend line. Any thoughts?" Well, right now Bitcoin is at a high. I did buy in on that trend line there, so I'm kind of coasting it as of now. I haven't really looked back at Bitcoin. I just kind of see its price, but I might have to look into Bitcoin again and see if we have anything into the near future. But I would say just watch those trend line areas and look for potential areas in and around those trend lines, okay? So good question there. Thank you guys for that. Now the last one here, Bitcoin Master commented, "I know you know your stuff. I like your technical analysis on Ripple." Well, thank you very much. I'm happy to have you here, Bitcoin Master, and thank you for your comment and thank you for your compliment. Now for the wonderful chart here. It's called BitBay. So is anybody familiar with this cryptocurrency? Okay. Now let's get into this. What am I looking at here as far as the technical analysis is concerned? Oh, one second. Right up here you see I did add the coin, the code right here from CoinGecko.com, the website here. It shows you the price. It's currently 0.006 of a US dollar right here in big black bold letters for you. So it's very cheap to get in on right now. So it's kind of cool. The market cap is about $6 million and the trading volume is 41,000. Now, with that being said, that's for those of you that are interested in having that up there. I put that there for you. Okay, so I hope you like that. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you actually like that there. Now, getting into the exciting technical analysis part now, let's look at what BitBay has done. Now, BitBay, let's get our line here. Let's make it orange. With those circle. BitBay has made a beautiful M back here. Look at that M pattern. Ain't that cool? Now, if we draw these, you can see that already. You don't even need these lines, do you? Your eyes are so good now noticing these patterns. And there we have it. Now that's a nice looking M. So now we see that M pattern. Remember, these trend lines or these highs and lows can be trend lines into the future taken from these big M patterns. So let's keep an eye on these areas, okay? Just wanted to show you that. Let's go ahead and delete that now. Now that you've seen that wonderful M, you know that that M pattern is going to give us a possible setup into the future. So that's what I'm kind of looking at as far as BitBay is concerned, okay? Now, it did fall there, and it found some congestion right here, some support on the previous congestion area. Now notice this one thing. We had congestion. Let's zoom in back here. We had some congestion right down here, right on the horizontal line. It kind of came down. What was above it, came down, touched it, went right back up, and then more congestion. See all that there? And then after that, it just decided to go right on up there, creating that big, tall left leg. Now, this is pretty amazing. You see all that congestion? It's kind of getting ready for a little explosive move there, it looks like. And when it did go on upward, it went all the way past 10 cents, even past 11 cents, it looks like. So once it did that, fulfilled that really tall peak, it fell back down. Now, maybe a lot of people might have been thinking, wow, that's just a fluke there. It's just went up and kind of got lucky. I don't know. Maybe it was just a pump. Okay, so then it went back down and kind of found some support right here, right above this support level, just higher than it though. Then it decided to go right back up, creating that right leg, and this time it went even higher. So now people are scratching their heads and they're thinking, wow, what is going on here? Well, anybody that sees this congestion area and this left leg up as a spike, and then it comes all the way back down to find congestion into the middle, you could probably look at that and say, I want to buy here because it's higher than the previous congestion. And if you did place a buy here, then that's really good because the chances of it fulfilling an M pattern are very, very high. And so it went up here past the left top high of the M of the previous, and then fell right back down here. So finding congestion here right on the middle of the M there before going back up, making another high up here to test this congestion area back here just above 5 cents before falling. And when it fell, it made a lower low down here, and then it just decided to go sideways there and take a break. We've noticed that once it shoots up and shoots down and shoots up for some time, it usually likes to take a little bit of a break. So it kind of takes a little rest down here and it goes away for a little while. Okay, all the way back down to 0. So it looks like some traders had a lot of fun there on this M pattern. They profited hugely, and then they got out of the market, and then BitBay just kind of went down and went to sleep here. Okay, now if we scroll on over to the right, we can see it's been asleep for a very long time. Not much activity, right? Oh, until present day. Well, look at this. It looks like it's starting to wake up again, right? Now, are we just going to shrug that off? Of course not. We're looking at this and we're thinking, it's starting to raise off its bottom horizontal level there, off of $0. Let's zoom out here now. And let's scroll back so we can see previous. Now, is it possible that it's starting to wake up again? Because it doesn't sleep this whole time for almost 3 years there. July, between April and July of 2015, all the way to present day, just April here. So it was just kind of going flatline right on that gray line. Now we have a little bit of waking up here. See, that created a little high there for us. And then it fell back down, but when it fell back down, it's still above the gray horizontal line. It's finding support on this 0 level here of all this congestion. So this is very, very interesting here. Now, if something wasn't happening, it would be flatline like it's been for all this time. And what it's doing now is it's starting to wake up and go and meet support with the previous, or get in line with the previous congestion back here. Now, if we were to reverse this, you can see that it might do this, but backwards, right? It might go up here and then sideways and then kind of roll itself upward and might do a nice spike for us. Okay? Now, that's just looking at the past, projecting into the future. It may not do that, but I'm thinking this looks very interesting here. So if we draw a line, let's go ahead and draw this low right here and connect it to this low right here. See that low? Let's project that into the future. Now, do you see that? Very interesting. Let's look at this and draw by drawing some circles. Here's the low here, and here is another low. Notice how they touch right there. We draw that trend line in the middle. Now, in the future, when BitBay is above, consolidating, it breaks this trend line. See? Now it's got a trend line from these two lows projected into the future here. So it breaks that trend line down, and then it kind of goes sideways. Goes sideways and then touches its head one more time right here. So let's draw another circle there. And then it goes down, it falls and just plummets. Well, it's respecting this trend line. It's saying, no thank you, don't want to test you. Now, let's go ahead and draw this here, this box here, because that's a lot of touches right on the trend line too. So those are some more significant things there as well. Now, it goes sideways, but look at this. It starts to get narrowing towards the, you see how this trend line here, offering resistance, is slightly diagonally down, and it's kind of pinching BitBay between this zero horizontal level and the trend line. Now, let's zoom in, and we can kind of see that a little better. See how it's going down this trend line? And now it's starting to kind of get squeezed in between this zero level here, this horizontal zero level, and this trend line. And look at that. We have a peaking of the head of BitBay right above that trend line. And then it dips back down, but it doesn't go back to the zero line. It starts to trend upward here. Now that is very cool. You can see how it broke here, and then it went back down just slightly. You can see a little shadow of it right there. And then it's gone right back up again, and now it's nowhere to be seen. It seems like it's finally made its place above this trend line. So is it possible that it could now go up from here? And if it does go up from here, is it going to create some very, very strong congestion like it did back here? But it doesn't matter because I've already bought into BitBay, so I'm holding some nice coins there, or some of this nice digital currency. And now that if it does find some congestion there, I'm looking for it to go right back up. But how high will it go? Let's go ahead and draw this in green. Now, you see this low here, and then this low right here. Let's go ahead and draw this as a circle now. There we go. Now let's take our line. Oh, what am I doing there? I'm sorry. You guys probably caught that and said, no, what are you doing? There we go. All right, perfect. So we'll take our line and connect these two lows into the future. And look at that. That is exactly why I think it's going to go this high up, to retest this other smaller high right here, the left leg of the M. And that is in and around 11 cents. So if you got in right now, or let's say around less than a penny, and it goes up to 12 cents to retest that previous high, meeting resistance on a trend line. Now, it looks like it's waking up, and some traders out there may recognize this and say, hey, I'm going to start to push this up. And most people out there would think, oh, BitBay just got pumped. Maybe some whales came in and they just randomly decided to spike up the price of BitBay and all these. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of highly intelligent traders out there, and they know how to trade the markets professionally. And they wait and they look for a lot of specific opportunities out there. They're very patient, and when they do see this, they get in on very calculative, smart moves. And to the rest of everyone out there, they just will call it whales, or they'll call it something else, or whatever they want to call it. But just so that way you can see this technical analysis, I just want to give you that kind of an illustration to say maybe that's might what be happening. I'm not saying that it is, but you can think as you will. Okay, now if it decides to go up here, we're looking for a nice shoot upward there. Okay, so I'm looking to place my buys in and around right now on the breaking of this trend line right here, because I would really love for BitBay to go up and just spike on upward due to this technical analysis here and reach this high here of this trend line projected into the future, and then take my exit right around here in this area. I won't be greedy and say up here, but for this next high, I'll just say right here, because that's enough for me right there. That would be really good profit. Okay, so with that being said, once again, thank you everybody for subscribing and for your likes, your comments, for your donations there, and I hope you learned something about BitBay today, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You have a nice evening. See you next time. Bye-bye.